What if sending digital dollars anywhere in the world was as easy and cheap as sending a text? I mean, that's the whole promise of stablecoins, right? But so far, crazy high fees and sluggish networks have really held them back. Well, today, we're going to dive into a brand new blockchain called Plasma that was literally built from the ground up to fix this exact problem. And just to get a sense of the sheer scale we're dealing with, check out this quote. This is from the former head of the CFTC, one of the top financial regulators in the US. He's not talking about some tiny niche crypto thing. No, he's talking about a multi-trillion-dollar revolution in how money itself moves across the planet. That's the massive opportunity that Plasma is aiming for. So, okay, if stablecoins have all this incredible potential, why aren't we all using them for, our daily coffee? Well, the problem is they've been kind of forced to live on blockchains that were built for totally different purposes. And that has created this super frustrating experience, just filled with friction and, you guessed it, high fees. And this right here shows you the huge gap between the dream and the reality. Over on the left, you've got the current mess. Sending stablecoins can cost you anywhere from $3 to over $50. It can take forever to settle. And the worst part? You have to go buy and hold some other totally volatile crypto token just to pay for the transaction fees. It's a massive headache. On the right, that's the dream. Instant, cheap, and simple payments. Plasma was built to be the bridge between these two worlds. And this is exactly where Plasma enters the picture. See, instead of trying to be a blockchain that does everything for everyone, it was designed from day one with a single laser-focused mission: make stablecoins actually work the way they were supposed to. So the key thing to remember here is that Plasma is a specialist. It's not trying to be a generalist. It's a foundational Layer 1 blockchain, and it's EVM compatible. Now, in plain English, that just means developers can easily bring over all their existing apps and tools from Ethereum, which is huge. But the network's entire architecture, its entire reason for being, is optimized for just one thing: making stablecoin payments fast, cheap, and super reliable. So how in the world does Plasma actually pull this off? I mean, how can it be fast, cheap, and secure all at the same time? Well, the secret sauce is in its really unique 3-layer architecture. Honestly, this architecture is like a greatest hits album of blockchain tech. Up top, the execution layer gives it all the flexibility of Ethereum, making it a breeze for developers to build cool stuff. In the middle, you've got their custom-built consensus layer, which is an absolute speed demon. We're talking over 1,000 transactions a second. And then for the foundation, the settlement layer, they anchor everything to Bitcoin, the most secure and trusted blockchain on the planet. It's just a brilliant way to get speed, flexibility, and rock-solid security all in one package. And this unique design unlocks some truly game-changing features. The biggest headline here? Zero fee transfers for USDT. Yeah, you heard that right. A built-in system they call a paymaster actually sponsors the transaction cost, so for you, the user, it's totally free. You can also pay fees with tokens you actually own, like Bitcoin. Plus, they're building a secure bridge to bring real Bitcoin onto the network, and they're even working on privacy features for confidential payments down the road. Okay, but what's the glue holding this whole system together and keeping it secure? Well, that's the job of the network's native token, XPL. Let's take a look at how it's designed to fuel this whole ecosystem. So when you look at how the 10 billion XPL tokens are split up, one number just leaps off the screen. 40% is dedicated to ecosystem and growth. That is a massive allocation, and it sends a really clear message. Their number one priority is getting developers to build and users to join the network for the long haul. And to make sure the team and the early investors are really committed, they have a pretty strict vesting schedule. Basically, they're locked in for 3 years. They can't sell a single token for the first full year. That's the cliff. And then their tokens get released slowly over the next 2 years. This is super important because it prevents people from just cashing out early and aligns everyone's goals with the long-term success of the whole project. All right, so the tech is impressive and the tokenomics look solid, but here's the real question. Did the market actually care? Let's take a look at the numbers from the launch because they're pretty wild. The community interest right out of the gate was just overwhelming. Their public sale, which was aiming for $50 million, ended up raising $373 million. Think about that. That's more than 7 times oversubscribed. It just shows you how much pent-up demand there was for something like this. And the momentum didn't slow down one bit. After launching, Plasma's total value locked, that's basically the amount of money users deposited into the platform, it just skyrocketed to over $6 billion in a matter of weeks. That is one of the fastest growth rates in crypto history, proving this wasn't just hype. There was real massive demand for what they built. And look, you just don't see that kind of explosive growth without some serious, heavy hitters in your corner. Plasma launched with an absolute powerhouse lineup. We're talking elite venture capital like Founders Fund, the biggest stablecoin issuer in the world with Tether, major exchanges like Binance, and a whole suite of top-tier DeFi apps ready to roll from day one. This combination of capital, infrastructure, and apps, it just created the perfect storm for insane growth. But the end goal here isn't just about making crypto trading a little bit better. No, the real vision is much bigger. It's about bringing digital dollars into the real world. They're already working on the Plasma One, which is a debit card that'll let you spend your stablecoins at millions of stores, just like you would with your normal bank card. This is the bridge from decentralized finance to your actual daily life. So this all leads us to the big question, right? We've seen these general do-it-all blockchains try and, frankly, fail to handle stablecoins the right way. So could a specialized, purpose-built chain like Plasma finally be the key that unlocks the true power of digital dollars for everybody? The early signs are definitely pointing that way. But hey, only time will tell if this is really the future of money. Thanks for tuning in.